Well, hey, welcome in, everyone. You are in the right place. This is Days After Dark After Hours Trivia Club. We play 3 rounds, including movies, history, and pop culture, theft, clues, speed painting, and a clock that's not on your side. Now, we do have a possible movie-related bonus round if you want to stick around later. Now, your job is to beat the reveal and beat everyone else in the chat. This is a play-along show, so jump in early, say hello, and when you think you've got it, drop your guess. No pressure, no perfect answers, just go with your gut. Hey, JoJo's in the house. Good to see you, JoJo. All right, if everybody's ready, get your fingers ready, get your eyes on the screen, because round one starts right about now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay, y'all know the rules around here. The robots do the painting, you do the guessing, and I give some clues. Now, our first category is top 10 reality shows that took over culture. Top 10 reality shows. Ready? Let's do it. Number 10. This competition series asked people to test their nerves, stomachs, and their common sense. Contestants face stunts that look like dares. Eating something horrifying was often just part of a regular workday here. Now, Joe Rogan hosted this show where fear was the whole business model. Now, this show was around from 2001 to 2018. Anybody know what this show is called? This is a reality show. We are doing the top 10 reality shows. JoJo has it. This show helped define the watch people do absolutely wild things on television era. It basically turned hope into programming strategy. I'm sorry, nope. All right, number 9, moving on. I remember this one. This series followed a group of housemates who treated everyday life like a full contact party sport. Hair gel, tanning, and arguments all received equal screen time. Its cast became famous for beach house chaos and endlessly quotable catchphrases. Remember? Snooki! No, not Desperate Housewives. This is Snooki, The Situation, and company made this MTV reality hit impossible to ignore. Any other guesses? Oh, there you go. JoJo got it down. The Jersey Shore is correct. A boardwalk, 0 indoor voices could become a cultural event. There she is, Snooki. That was a pretty funny show. Number 8. Still popular today. This dating series turned romance into a formal competition with dramatic lighting. Contestants pursued one person while trying not to get sent home in a limo. Hey, what's going on, Jan? Good to see you. We are doing reality shows, in case you ever watch reality shows. Close, JoJo. Close. You are close. Ceremonies on this show made one flower feel more powerful than a diploma. Wow, this is the Rose Show. Few shows have squeezed more suspense out of a single flower. It made the phrase "final rose" sound like a national emergency. There you go. Of course. You were close. We'll give you some points. This is The Bachelor. That's The Bachelor. Moving on to number 7. Number 7 on Reality Show Countdown. This competition series promised fame, fashion, and a very serious stare into the camera. Contestants were judged on their poses, runway walks, and abilities to survive bizarre photo shoots. Every week delivered glamour, pressure, and at least one unforgettable critique. All right, now who is that there? That is Miss Tyra Banks. Tyra Banks led this modeling reality hit that wanted contestants to smize their way to victory. Do you remember this one? Reality show. This ran from 2003 to 2018. You are correct, JoJo. It is America's Next Top Model. It also convinced the generation that smiling with your eyes was a normal sentence. Smiling with your eyes. Okay, number six. Now, this competition centered on transformation, discipline, and emotional weigh-ins. That's the emotional weigh-ins. Contestants trained intensely while trying to change their health and their lives. Its dramatic reveals and before and after moments became the show's signature. Now, this show actually had 2 runs. It ran from 2004 to 2016, and then again started up in 2020, and I think it might be still going. This reality series made the weekly weigh-in one of television's most intense rituals. JoJo knows her reality shows. You are correct. This is The Biggest Loser. It is. Not that they're losers, but they lost. The program became one of the most talked about makeover shows of its era. There you go. All right, top 5. Get into the rarefied air. Number 5. This series dropped strangers into harsh conditions and let alliances do the rest. Strategy mattered just as much as strength, and trust usually had an expiration date. Contestants outwitted, outplayed, and outlasted while navigating blind sides and tribal politics. Jeff Probst posted, am I saying that right? Probst posted this island competition built around tribal council and torch snuffing exits. All right, remember this? This is the big one. This show helped define modern reality competition. Of course, yeah, Survivor, of course. All right, top 4, here we go. This show locked people in one place and let paranoia bloom like a houseplant. Contestants lived together under constant surveillance while plotting each other's eviction. Yeah, this was a dark one. Alliances, betrayals, and diary room confessions drove the game week after week. This reality staple is one where house guests compete with cameras watching nearly everything. Yes. You remember this show? Did you ever watch it? Were you ever on this show? Perhaps. You weren't on this show, were you? Big Brother is correct. Very good. There they are. First cast of Big Brother there. All right. All right. Here we go. Top 3. This was definitely big, and this one is still going today. This competition mixed celebrity fame with sequins, judges, and varying levels of rhythm. Famous faces teamed with professionals and hoped the audience loved them as much as the choreography. Ballroom styles, glittery costumes, and elimination nights became its trademark recipe. All right. This series paired celebrities with pro dancers and asked them to tango with survival. And this started in 2005 and is still going today. The show gave public figures a chance to reinvent themselves one foxtrot at a time. There's got a lot of has-beens, right? That will come back and go on the show. Dancing with the Stars, of course. Dancing with the Stars. Yeah, you had it. Okay, top two. Here we go. Top two. This talent show invited unknown singers to chase stardom in front of a massive audience. Okay. Auditions, live performances, and judge reactions became appointment viewing. Viewers helped decide who stayed, who left, and who got a shot at pop fame. Simon, Paula, and Randy was the original cast, right? Helped make the singing competition a cultural juggernaut. Simon, Paula, and Randy. Remember? Yeah, of course. You are correct. This show helped turn audiences into voting pop culture ritual. It made that was a little pitchy. It's like dinner table conversation. I don't remember that. That was a little pitchy. American Idol, of course, is correct. All right. Top reality show, no doubt. 2007 to 2021. This series turned one family's daily life into a long-running entertainment empire. It blended luxury, arguments, business moves, and personal drama into a polished machine. Its influence spread far beyond television into fashion, beauty, and internet culture. Of course, this is Chris, Kim, Courtney, Chloe, and the rest made this family reality series a phenomenon. Yes. Now, did you ever miss the Kardashians? I know you watched it. Did you ever miss it? The show did not just reflect celebrity culture, it helped reshape it. A few programs have ever turned family chaos into such an efficient global brand. Yes, indeed. The Kardashians, number one on the reality show list. All right, well, that was pretty fun. Good job, JoJo. You got them. You did very well. Let's do a quick lightning round. We're going to do the top 20 Matt Damon movies, and we're going to do it in 2 minutes. So good luck. We're back. How'd you do? Did you get a few of those Matt Damon movies? Yeah, there were 20 of them. It was quick. Okay, you guys ready for round two? Round two is the top 10 most famous movie duos. Movie duos.
Ladies and gentlemen,
All right. Most of you know the rules. Robots do the painting, you do the guessing, and I give some clues along the way. Now, once again, this category is the top 10 most famous movie duos. Most famous movie duos. Okay? We're going to start with number 10 and do a countdown. This pair works together, but one of them seriously questions that decision every day. This is pretty funny. Their partnership blends chaos with experience in a very unbalanced way. One is reckless, the other insists he is too old for this. I'm too old for this. These buddy cops headline the Lethal Weapon film. The Lethal Weapon film. Remember this? Yeah, well, you probably know the actors. How about the actors or the characters is really what I'm after. This duo helped define the modern buddy cop formula. One brings the madness, the other brings the aspirin. This was Riggs and Murtaugh were the characters, and I believe it's Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. All right, let's move on. I think you'll know this one, number 9. This pair starts with a simple trip that escalates very quickly. Yes. Danny Glover. Danny Glover. This pair starts with a simple trip that escalates. Their journey becomes a story about freedom, friendship, and consequences. Convertible and a desert backdrop became central to their legacy. These two women made one of cinema's most unforgettable road trips. And Brad Pitt was involved. Was it Brad's first movie? I can't remember. I think it might have been Brad's first movie. Their final scene is one of the most iconic endings ever filmed. Yeah, Thelma and Louise, of course. Susan Sarandon and Gina Davis. Yeah, there we go. All right, changing gears a little bit. Number 8. This duo did not get along at first, mainly due to ego and batteries. One believes in loyalty, the other believes he can fly. The rivalry turns into one of animation's most beloved friendships. This cowboy and space ranger lead the Toy Story franchise. So in this case, I'm not going to be looking for the actors. Their dynamic perfectly captures jealousy turning into teamwork. Also falling with styles that count as flying apparently. Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, we're not looking for the actors in this case. Woody and Buzz Lightyear. There you go. From the Toy Story. Top movie duo. That's what we're doing here. Counting them down. Now, along the same lines, let's stay animated for one more, although this wasn't always animated. This crime-fighting duo operates mostly at night and prefers dramatic entrances. One is dark and brooding. The other adds a bit more color to the operation. Their partnership is built on justice, gadgets, and themed villains. The superhero pair protects Gotham City together. Hey, King! What's going on? You're right, JoJo. This is, of course, Batman and Robin. And this particular picture is the DC Comics version. Of course, they were a movie duo many times over. Two duos are instantly as recognizable as this silhouette alone. Capes really do a lot of heavy lifting for these two. Number 6. Famous movie duos, King. Famous movie duos. This pair travels the galaxy with a ship that's seen better days. One talks a lot, the other growls. I guess I'd call it a growl. And somehow it works. Their loyalty is unquestionable, even in the middle of intergalactic chaos. The smuggler and his Wookiee co-pilot fly the Millennium Falcon. Did y'all have a Millennium Falcon when you were growing up? I had already grown up, but I did have a Millennium Falcon. Yeah, there you go, King. You are correct. Chewbacca. Chewbacca understands everything Han says, and we all just go along with it, or the other way around. Han Solo and Chewbacca from the Star Wars. And Harrison Ford, of course. And I do not remember the actor of Chewbacca. Okay, I think you know these two. Number 5. This duo became famous for living outside the law during hard times. Now, this time, let's try to get the characters primarily, but also maybe the actors in the movie. Their story mixes romance with crime in a very dangerous way. Banks, getaways, and headlines follow them everywhere. These real-life outlaws were turned into a legendary film couple. The story helped shape the romantic outlaw trope. It turns out crime plus charisma equals instant mythology. All right, who is this? Yeah, JoJo's got it. Bonnie and Clyde. Do you remember the actors by any chance? How about Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway? How about that? Maybe so. All right, number 4. Along the same period of time. This pair prefers quick thinking and quicker escapes. Their adventures are filled with humor, charm, and constant pursuit. In this particular picture, it kind of looks a little bit like Bareback Mountain. They are known for their partnership in the Wild West. This outlaw duo starred in a classic Western about friendship and survival. Hey, Arena, what's going on? We got JoJo, King, and Arena in the house. Their dynamics set the tone for countless buddy duos that followed. Also, running from trouble counts as cardio. You remember these guys? Remember they jumped off the cliff into the river? Yeah, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Paul Newman and Robert Redford. There you go. All right, top 3. Here we go, top 3. Now, I need the character in this one. We'll get the actors too. Now, this pair has conversations that feel oddly philosophical considering their line of work. Now, they operate in a world where calm discussions can turn intense very quickly. Their suits and demeanor become instantly iconic. These hitmen from the movie blank are known for a sharp dialogue and sudden violence. All right, Vincent is one. Do you remember the other guy's name? We all know Vincent. Their scenes are some of the most quoted in film history. Breakfast has never sounded more intimidating. How about Jules and Vincent? Jules and Vincent. From Pulp Fiction. Of course you guys got it. All right. All right, top 2. Top 2. Here we go. Famous duo. This duo's adventures are anything but linear. This is a little harder from the picture, I think. One is a brilliant inventor. The other just wants to survive the timeline. Their partnership revolves around a very unusual vehicle. He just wants to survive the timeline. This scientist and teenager travel through time in a DeLorean. King, quick. How about the actors? Remember the actors? Their chemistry is pure chaos in the best way. Also, 88 miles per hour has never sounded so important. That's right, had to go 88. Exactly. Back to the Future. Doc Brown and Marty McFly, Michael J. Fox, and what's the gentleman's name? Christopher Lloyd, of course. Very good, Jojo. Yeah. All right, number one, movie duo. Let's go back in time a bit. This duo built their legacy long before modern blockbusters existed. Their humor relied on timing, expressions, and perfectly executed mishaps. Oh, you got it. You're too quick. Now, did they have other names, or were they just known as Laurel and Hardy? I guess that was their last name, huh? This black and white comedy pair defined early film partnerships. They must have had first names. Anybody remember their first names? Or maybe those are the first names. This black and white comedy pair defined early partnerships. They helped create the blueprint for comedy duos ever since. Proof that falling down can be an art form. Yes, indeed, Laurel and Hardy. 20s through the 50s. Stan Laurel. John Hardy? Maybe. Who knows? Very good, King. Good to have you in the house. Jojo, awesome. You guys are playing very well. Anyway, I got another quick lightning round for you. Now, this time we're going to do the top 20 old school horror films. Okay, so we got a 2-minute lightning round, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Let's see how many old school horror films you can get. You guys got most of those. You might not have missed almost any. Getting the Blob King was quite the one. Yeah, and Dracula, of course, there at the end. Very good. All right, well, you guys did great at that. All right, so I've got kind of a different category coming up for you. I've got the top 10 most feared women in history. Some interesting ones. Okay, let's see how you do. Yeah, you guys did great at the horror movies. No doubt.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Well, you know the rules. Robots paint. You guess. I give the clues. Top 10 most feared women in history. How about that? Let's give it a shot. All right, number 10. Now, this figure became famous on the American frontier for a life that blurred fact and legend. Stories about her often include guns, horseback riding, and wild adventures. She was closely associated with the Wild West and larger-than-life tales. This frontierswoman earned a fearsome reputation as something in the Old West. Now, do you recognize it? We've actually had her on before on our Old West show. Yeah. Much of her legend may be exaggerated, but that is kind of the point. In the Wild West, reputation was half the battle. And there you go, King. You're correct. The correct is Calamity Jane, born in 1852, passed in 1903. All right, you know how the game is played. Let's move on. This woman lived a life that most people only read about in adventure novels. She rejected expectations and chose a far more dangerous path. Her reputation was built on rebellion, risk, and life at sea. Life at sea. This infamous pirate sailed alongside some of the Caribbean's most feared crews. She was born in 1700, passed in 1733. She lived short but fast. She repeatedly fought as fiercely as a man on board. Turns out piracy was not exactly a gentle profession. Do you remember who this is? The woman pirate. 1700. Still a little money. How about Anne Bonny? That sound familiar? Anne Bonny. All right, that's all right. Got to stump you on one or two. I bet I'll stump you on this one. Number 8. This is a modern day one. This figure rose to power in a world where trust was rare and danger was constant. Her influence extended across borders and into major cities. Now, they did do a TV series recently that was based on this woman. She built a reputation that made rivals think twice. This drug lord became one of the most feared figures in the cocaine trade. She was known as the Black Widow. Her story sounds like a crime drama, but it was very real and very ruthless. She was born in 1943 and passed in 2012. Hey, JoJo, what the hell? What the hell? And King, you had it too. What in the world? Okay, good job, guys. Yeah, Giselle DeBlanco, you both had it. Very good. All right. Number 7. This is harder. This leader rose up against a powerful empire that underestimated her. She commanded forces in a rebellion that shocked her enemies. Her name is tied to one of the most famous uprisings in ancient history. This warrior queen, love those warrior queens, led a revolt against Roman rule in Britain. We're talking about 61 AD. Roman historians describe her as fierce and unstoppable. Never a great sign when your enemies are writing about your legend. Not Joan of Arc, but hang on to that. This is not Joan of Arc. This is 61 AD in Britain. This is Boudica. But hang on to that, Joan of Arc. They come up. All right, number 6. This ruler's reign is remembered as intense and deeply controversial. Her actions were driven by strong beliefs and a desire to restore order. Her nickname reflects how history remembers her rule. She does have a nickname. Are you ready for her nickname? This English queen became known as... No. This is Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Her legacy is still debated today. It proves that history can be just as dramatic as fiction, sometimes more This is 1516 to 1558. This is a different queen. This is Bloody Mary. So perhaps this is Queen Mary the First of England. Bloody Mary, a baddie of the bads, a bad baddie. All right, number 5. Going way back, 624 to 705 AD, this figure rose through the ranks in a system not designed for her to lead. She navigated court politics with precision and ambition. Her rule marked a rare moment in history. This woman became the only female emperor in Chinese history. All right. Hang on to that too, King. You got to keep all these like under your hat. Keep them at your side. Her rise to power was as strategic as it was historic. Breaking barriers is impressive. Holding on to power is even harder. Who remembers the only Chinese empress? Well, I like that. Queen Chui or Chi. How about Wu Zetian? That's not familiar? Wu Zetian. Wu Zetian. There you go. Never forget it now. All right. You know this one, though, I think. Number 4. Let's go to Russia. Arena, you still in the house? This ruler transformed her nation into a major European power. She was known for intelligence, ambition, and political skill. Her reign expanded influence both culturally and geographically. She expanded Russia. This empress ruled Russia with authority and lasting impact. She came to power through a coup and then made sure no one forgot who was in charge. Subtle, not exactly. Born in 1729 and passed in 1796, this is Catherine the Great. Catherine the Great, of course. There she is. A bad baddie. All right, top 3 bad baddies coming up. All right. This is another English one, 1560 to 1614. This historical figure is surrounded by some of the darkest legends ever told. Stories about her behavior spread fear far beyond her estate. I guess she wasn't a queen. Her name became associated with extreme cruelty. This noble woman is often called one of history's most infamous figures. Yeah, this is Elizabeth. Do you remember Elizabeth's last name? She's supposedly infamous. Her story has inspired countless horror tales. Whether exaggerated or not, her reputation alone is chilling. She is the bad baddie. Elizabeth Bathory. 1560 to 1614. All right. Well, moving on, top 2. Top 2 badasses. This young figure rose to prominence during a time of war and uncertainty. She claimed guidance that set her on an extraordinary path. Her leadership inspired troops and changed the course of battles. There you go, King. I knew you'd keep it close. This French heroine, not that kind of heroine, different kind of heroine, led forces during the 100-Year War. That was a bit tempted here. She became a symbol of courage and conviction. Fearless might be an understatement. Yeah, Joan of Arc is, of course, correct. Pretty good picture of her, actually. You ever see Zendaya? Zendaya dressed as Joan of Arc? Yeah, it works. Trust me. Love me some Zendaya. All right. Number 1, JoJo. This ruler commanded attention in one of the ancient world's most powerful civilizations. I actually didn't know she was so mean. She was known for intelligence, strategy, and political alliances. Her relationships with powerful leaders shaped history. I guess she was a manipulator. Her relationship with powerful leaders shaped history. This Egyptian queen remains one of the most famous figures of all time. She's just plain famous. 69 to 30 BC. So she wasn't around too long either. 39 years old. Yeah, Cleopatra is correct. Cleopatra's influence went far beyond her throne. When your story gets retold thousands of years later, you did something right. Yeah, she's rather famous. I mean, even myself with the History Channel, that's, my channel's been a History Channel in the past. I think I've made 10 videos on Cleopatra. She's definitely one of my favorite characters for sure. Alrighty, now, so that would normally end the evening. However, because we're trying to do a quicker show, but we do have a bonus round. And since we got King back in the house, I think we better do a bonus round. And it is a Hollywood-related bonus round. So we're going to do the top 10 disaster movies. Top 10 disaster movies, okay? As our bonus round tonight. Here we go. All right, by now, you better know the rules. Robots paint, you guess, I give the clues. Okay. So once again, category is top 10 disaster movies. Top 10 disaster movies. All right. This is a little bit of I don't know if this fits in the category that well, but we'll do it anyway. A group of fishermen sails into dangerous waters. The story is based on a real-life disaster at sea. Massive waves begin to overwhelm their ship. Yes, they do. I saw this movie. It was great. Yeah, there you go. You got it. George Clooney and Mark Wahlberg lead the crew. You remember any of the other actors in it? I remember George and Mark. Multiple storms combine into one deadly force. If you are correct, it is The Perfect Storm. How about, do you remember what year Perfect Storm was made? That's a little hard extra fact there. It was the year 2000. The wave effects were groundbreaking at the time. Yes, groundbreaking. AI can do it pretty easily now. Number 9. Ancient predictions spark fear about the end of the world. Natural disasters begin happening across the globe. One man struggles to keep his family alive. Speaking of John C. Secret arcs are built to preserve humanity. The planet faces total destruction and rebirth. Director Roland Emmerich is known for large-scale destruction. And this was the biggest destruction movie to date. All right. So this one was filmed in 2009. Ancient predictions spark fear. Natural disasters begin happening across the globe. Yeah, they're very good, King. 2012. 2012 is correct. All right, number 8. This one's a little more subtle. Here we go. This is a weird book. Strange activity begins beneath a major city. Yeah, it seems far-fetched. Heat and pressure build below the streets. Lava suddenly erupts in downtown Los Angeles. This was weird. You remember this? Emergency crews fight to contain the damage. Yeah, the emergency crews, lots of flashing lights. Not San Andreas. San Andreas was much better. This is a little before San Andreas. This is 1997. These are the streets. That's Anne Hesh. And who's the actor? Anybody remember the actor? From this movie about lava starting to come up in downtown Los Angeles. This film released the same year as Dante's Peak, which I like Dante's Peak too. Tommy Lee Jones. Jones in a Volcano was the name of the movie. It was about downtown LA. Weird. All right, number 7. This one's a little offbeat, okay? But this is like the original disaster movie, 1970, okay? A major airport struggles during severe weather conditions. Delays in tension build among passengers and crew. This is 1970. This kind of kicked off the genre. A dangerous threat is hidden on board a flight. An all-star cast. That's right. It had an all-star cast. This is not the comedy version. Crisis in the Sky. This film helped launch the disaster movie genre. The success of this film led to multiple sequels and a wave of similar movies. Oh, well, King, that could come up. But this was even before Poseidon Adventure. Yeah, Airplane. No, Airplane. Airport. Airplane was the comedy. Airport was the disaster film. Okay. All right. Now this one's. I'm going to beat you on this one. This is a surprising one to make our list. Robots liked it. Humanity faces a future with no new births. This is like real life. Society begins to collapse under hopelessness. One person becomes the key to survival. A reluctant man is tasked with protection. A single child could change everything. So, quite the story. This film is famous for its long, continuous action shots with no visible cuts. Long, continuous action shots. Yeah. Yeah. This was a good movie. That surprising, and they call it a disaster film because it was no new births, right? And this was the first baby that maybe could have kids. Children of Men. Children of Men was the name of that one. I told you it was a sleeper. Oh well, that's all right. I beat you. All right, this is one of my favorites. A young observer discovers something in the sky. The government quietly prepares for disaster. Now, this picture may not define it very well, so you have to listen to the clues. A comet is on a collision course with Earth. A mission is launched to stop the impact. Massive waves devastate coastal city. Not Independence Day. Not Independence Day. Oh, there you go, JoJo. Tia Leone. Not Armageddon, although it could have been Armageddon by those clues. This film competed with Armageddon in the same summer of asteroid movies. It was the all-asteroid summer, 1998. 1998. Deep Impact is correct. Tia Leone. Top 4. Now, this one was a little different. A celebration is interrupted by sudden chaos. Strange explosions shake a major city. People begin running from an unseen threat. You don't see what the problem is at first. Now, this is the key to this one. A handheld camera records the destruction. This is the one that's the handheld camera, and you almost get sick, and it so bounces around so much you can't figure out what's going on. A giant monster attacks from within a city. Do you remember this? Handheld camera? Yeah, very good, King. You are correct. Cloverfield from 2008. The marketing campaign kept the monster a mystery before release. Yeah, no seeing the monster before the release. But they didn't need a monster. I think they should have avoided the monster altogether. All right, now we've been talking about this one already. A massive object threatens life on Earth. Experts are brought in from an unexpected profession. Yeah, that was interesting. A dangerous mission is launched into space. A team attempts to destroy an asteroid. Yeah. Yeah, okay. This is now it's Armageddon time. Yeah. And who's our intrepid lead actor? Yes, there you go. This is a Bruce Willis vehicle. Yeah, Ben Affleck was in it too, right? NASA has used this film to teach trainees how to spot scientific mistakes. That's interesting. Okay. Armageddon from the year 1998. All right, we're down to the top two. Now, I love both of these movies. Top two disaster movies. Here we go. All right, first one. Weather patterns begin changing at an extreme pace. Sudden disasters strike across multiple continents. Temperatures drop to deadly levels overnight. Yeah, that was the freaky thing about this one. Twister, but I like that. Twister was good too. You got it, Kate. A father sets out on a dangerous rescue mission. New York freezes under a massive storm. So, now, interesting backstory is this was a book written by Art Bell, right? The famous late night radio guy, Art Bell. And he wrote the book. I think he had a co-author. And then they made the movie, and the movie was really good. And yeah, Dennis Quaid. Yeah, the movie was great. The book was great. And the sudden freezes, right? Those are the crazy things. The film sparked major public discussion about climate change. Yeah, Jake. That's right. Jake is a young man. All right, top one of my favorites from 1972. Jojo. A luxury ship is celebrating New Year's Eve. That's right, it was a big New Year's Eve party, remember? A massive wave strikes without warning. The vessel is flipped completely upside down. So the whole movie is in an upside down ship. Survivors must climb upward to escape. Who'd have thunk? A determined leader guides them to safety. All right, anybody remember some of the actors from the Poseidon Adventure? 1972. Yeah, great movie. The film helped define the disaster, kind of, disaster genre. Remember any of the actors? Lots of famous actors. You remember the flipping in the ballroom and hanging onto the tables and falling down? And yeah, Gene Hackman. And Shelley Winters. Gene Hackman and Shelley Winters. All right, well, that was fun. That was the top 10 disaster films. Well, that's all I got tonight, guys. I'm out of games. There are no more. I don't know. Do you like the top 10 that goes a little faster, a little bit quicker? I kind of like it. Yeah, well, yeah, no. You can't get them all. Anyway, we're going to try each week to have at least a couple on movies, and we'll have some pop culture stuff, music, TV, stuff like that. And I always try to have at least one on some sort of history topic. Tonight it was the feared women, which is fun too. But anyway, hopefully you liked it. If you have any suggestions on rounds you'd like to see played, let me know. And otherwise, I just appreciate you guys being here. And I do have a compilation video to send us on the way out. So take it easy and see you next week. And hey, watch for something else too. I am going to do some late night games, which King, this would be like you could get up early and watch these maybe 10 o'clock Eastern time on Fridays or Saturdays. I'm going to do replays of old shows and stuff, and it'll just be recorded, so that there'll be that available. And then I am going to do pop-ups too, where I just do 2 rounds of something, and I don't have a schedule for that yet. Maybe Wednesday nights at 7 Eastern time. Anyway, take it easy, guys. Have a good one.
Two-lane ribbon bleeding into dark, dust on the dashboard, name on my heart. Heat still rising off an empty road. Stars like strangers watching